start by having you talk a little about a favorite memory from playing video games growing up.
Wow. Growing up, playing Super Mario Brothers just for NES with my father. And you would never think in a million years, like he never got into video games before then and not after then. Like he's not into video games currently, but there was this weird thing. It was like the monopoly of our house for like a whole year was playing Super Mario Brothers, and of course eventually beating it, and then seeing how fast you could beat it, and realizing where the little warp tubes were in each level, and then eventually beating it in 10 minutes. And then it got old, and that was it. But earliest video game memory, totally Super Mario Brothers.
Cool. And what are your thoughts about how far things have come since then?
Oh, it's insane. Like, it's insane. I got into video games a little bit. I think it was God of War had just come out, and for a couple months I played God of War, and then got into the wrestling, and work picked up, and then I got into video games again right when my wife was pregnant, but we had our daughter, and bam, no video games. Now it's been 3 years, and now I got a tour bus, and I put an Xbox on that tour bus 4 months ago. So I have played video games a lot, let's say. Like, you know, I'll put 20 hours, you know, easy into the gaming thing a week. Like, because I got the time, I'm on the road, I'll play 4 hours a night, you know. The Assassin's Creed series is real cool. Just beat Brotherhood, can't wait for the next one to come out. But being around the video games a little more now for me, and seeing where they've come and how exciting it is. Like, I'm a big movie guy, and going to the movies for me is like a great escape. And now that I've kind of reintroduced myself to video games, to me it's the same thing with video games. It's an escape, but it's not a 2-hour movie. It's like a 2-month-long movie, and just the way the cinematics pop in, and like depending on what you're playing, you know, with WWE 12 we have the storyline mode, and all the different storylines have been popular in the past, you know, but now here it is, and it's just it's in your face. Like, now I'm doing a 3D interview right now. Like, who would have thought, right? You know, like, it's come such a long way. It's very impressive, and I'm honored to be a part of it.
And video games are going 3D as well. You mentioned God of War. They're coming out with a 3D version of that.
Yeah, well, I got Batman Arkham Asylum, and it says you can play it in 3D,
yep.
But I didn't try it yet.
Yeah, you have a 3D TV.
Ah, gotcha.
What are you most excited about when it comes to the new WWE 12 game?
Well, I just played it 20 minutes ago for the first time. The gameplay is real smooth. It's just like from move to move, it's not as choppy. You don't finish like a body slam, and then there's a little glitch, and then you go on to the next thing. Like, it's smooth, just like we are in the ring. I see things that when I was watching SmackDown versus Raw, and I would see my character, I'd be like, oh, that's close, or oh, I do that, but you know, not completely. But watching WWE 12, I realized, like, it's spot on. I got hit in the face, and the way that I would sell a punch in the ring on our show was exactly the way, one of the ways, you know, that I sell it in this video game. They took all the best stuff that we do, put it in this, you know, this video game with the just left and right playing it. I could go on all day about the little things that were just better. The fans and the audience, I felt like they were right there. Whenever I slammed a guy, or I gave a guy my RKO for the first time ever on a video game earlier, the match shakes, the ring bounces, the noise, like the audio, it's great. Everything about it is just smooth and just spectacular.
This game also has a lot of legends. Who would you want to be able to face off again?
Yeah, if it could be anybody, my father. Except my father, Mr. Perfect, for sure.
What are your thoughts about what these video games open up for fans today versus what you had when you were a kid?
Oh, it's such a crazy difference, isn't it? I mean, there's so much more you can be involved in. Being involved with the video games and knowing as they're coming out and being into them and watching them progress, like, it gives all these kids, like, there's a lot of kids out there, they want to make video games when they grow up, and I think that's great. You know, that it takes a smart kid to make a video game, and it takes thousands of people, like, I'm pretty sure, to make these video games. So, you know, it's just supply and demand for, like, you know, the next generation, you know, to get out there and make money and start developing these games, make them better and better and better. Next thing you know, we'll be wearing interactive suits in our living rooms, and, you know, zero gravity. I don't know, but, you know, it's exciting. It's exciting to think where it's all going.
And the last thing, where does being on the cover of this game fit in with all the action figures and all the other things you've done with WWE?
It's along the same lines. It's all very special, but like I almost compare it to a milestone in my career, such as being the youngest champion in the history of the WWE, or tomorrow becoming a 9-time world champion when I defeat Christian in our no-holds-barred match at Summerslam. But I really think that nothing really tops it. I'm on the cover of this video game. That WWE 12, Randy Orton's on the cover. Like, it just doesn't get any better than that to me. Like, I really, really hold it very high, very close to my heart. You know, the fact that I'm on the cover. It's awesome.